Good morning. Welcome to Thought for the Day. We find these words. Then Jesus declared, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. As I was out walking yesterday, I saw seagulls following a tractor up and down the field as it ploughed. I'm sure they had a very tasty lunch with all those worms that were brought to the surface, and were very pleased not to be going hungry. For us, hunger can cause all sorts of problems, not just the physical symptoms, but the mental ones as well. At first, when the Jews were wandering around the desert, having escaped from the Egyptians, people were longing for their old lives, because at least when they were slaves, they had food to eat. When the Soviet Union collapsed, I heard stories of people wishing back to the good old days, because although they had to queue in those days, they usually had enough food. Food is so very important. But food can be spiritual as well as physical. Bread has had religious significance for many, many years. In fact, far longer than was originally thought. Bread has been discovered from 14,400 years ago. It's 5,000 years older than the oldest previous known example, and it's thought that it's from an area where there would have been a religious or ceremonial building. In those days, bread would probably have been used in ritual, because it would have used far more energy to make than they would have gained by eating it. Bread could well have been used in a spiritual context for far longer than it is used as a staple food. Maybe it was considered to be special, like caviar and truffles. But by the time Jesus says those words, I am the bread of life, whoever comes to me will never be hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. Bread was a staple food, and people would have associated bread with feeling replete. Jesus did feed people physically. Think of the feeding of the 5,000. But as the bread of life, he feeds people spiritually. And if we stay near to him, we will be given plenty of sustenance, just like the seagulls who stayed near to the plough.